Okay, now it's time to do our dowel holes. These little dowel pins here. These ones are 1/4 inch tall. So they need to go down in the cover here. So we have to put a hole through here and do it. You can see how they had a hole in this one. And they had a hole in this one too, but the marking's not there no more. And then this one here we already did. So this one here appears, and there's a hole right over here, which is right where I was going to put this one. So I think I looked at this. So if you look at your oil feed hole right here, and somewhere in this area over here is a dowel pin hole. We do not want to be in the same spot. And that's pretty much about where I was going to put it. I'm going to put it about right over here, but it's too close. So we don't want that one there. So we're just going to put it on the other side. So instead of being on this side, we'll put it over on the other side. Obviously you don't want to put it where that hole is either, but you could. Looks like it's in there deep enough, it probably wouldn't matter, but we don't need to. We'll just put it over here. 180 over. And we'll do the same thing on that. We'll put one over here. And we'll go over there and drill them and put them in. Put it right in the middle. Okay. Just randomly put it someplace over here. Okay. Good enough. Go drill press and drill it. Use this rag. Okay. Back and forth. Do a lot of back and forth stuff around here. Okay, and go over here. Put that like that. And we're going to drill press it right over here. Come up a little bit. Close enough. Rag. Double our rag up on the sides because the cover is not flat. And when you put it in there, it's not too bad. Go a little bit more. Do a double wrap. It makes it a little more stable. Do this one first. First thing to do is I touch it, lock it down, put about 1/4 inch up here in our stop. I'm adjusting a stop right here. Once again, bring the flashlight with me so I can see. What the hell do you need to see for? Oh, geez, there's a lot of light. Get a little extra there. Quarter inch. Yeah, it's probably going to compress the rag a little bit, get a little extra. Okay, we just go ahead and drill it down. Okay, I'm going to go over the other one. Do the same thing. Spot it off a little bit first. This one needs more on the other side. Draw that way. Looks a little bit better. So we're not dealing with flat surfaces here, so gotta do what we gotta do around here to get it halfway what we want it to be. So it's about 1 tooth lower. I got adjustment range. Quarter inch. This one's going to compress quite a bit, I bet. So. Pull up on the side of the cover a little bit like this to help contradict the pressure. While I was doing that, when I was done, I gave it a little extra to make sure it's drilled deep enough. Okay, we got 2 dowel pinholes in there, so it should be close. Alright, so I'm going to take this all out. And put it all back, go back to the other side over there. Alright. I left a camera over here called Dead Air Time. Edit that out. Yeah, right. I'll be all over that one. We'll make sure we edit that all out so there's no dead air space in there. Alright. Does anybody believe I'm going to do that? No. You get what you get. They make fast forward buttons for a reason. I can get this quick blow and blow the chips out. Okay, all nice and clean there now. Okay, now we should knock these in a little bit. Now if you want, you put a little Loctite on these. Little capillary action stuff here. Wet. Okay. Punches. Put them in there with. Okay. Pull this up a little bit so you can see better maybe. So we just gotta get them started and then we gotta get them below the surface a little bit. Tighten it up too much. So you can just use your finger to hold these things or you can use a punch. I've done them more than once so I kind of got an idea what they are. There's a chamfer on one side, so put that to the inside helps. Okay. take the small punch and knock it below the surface slightly. Yeah, appears to be a little high. Hit it harder. Okay. So we get them down below the surface, hopefully. Maybe not. Oh, where are we at? I think we can see. I think they're a little bit on the high side. Okay, we'll take the bigger punch I can hit harder with. Give it a good whack. Okay. Getting below the surface a little bit, then I like coming across with the brass. I lightly pin it over on both sides to make sure it can't come up either. So right now they're below the surface. We'll put a little file across here to make sure they're nice and flat and not sticking up. Just a little fine file right here. Make sure everything's nice and flat and it's not sticking up. So you can see the brass is only sticking up, no steel. Like that, that's all we need. Same on this side. And it's nice and clean, not sticking up. If the dowel pin sticks up a little bit, then it chews up on the cam or whatever it's on and starts transferring metal, causes problem, because steel on steel has problems. Brass against steel is not too bad. Alright, so it's in there pretty good. So this is going to be dimpled right where these are. It dimples the cover in a little bit, so we have to beat it back a little bit by putting the cam in there and trying to move it in a little bit. Part of fitting. Alright. Where's our cam shaft at? Resembles one of these. So that definitely does not want to go in that hole at all. The shocker. Line it up. Okay. Right up on the chamfer right there. I'm trying to beat the metal back that way and make sure that it's hard against the dowel pin. Sometimes the brass will pop out a little bit, so that just kind of pushes it in as best you can. The cam won't go in the hole. Sometimes the cams will kind of go in there a little bit and get you a lot more pressure, but this one doesn't even want to go in at all. So it is what it is. This one over here, we can't do too much on this pinion shaft. So these are all ready for ringing now. So we'll get to that here in a little while. So I think we'll do this tomorrow. So for tonight, we'll let the Loctite sit up overnight and let everything calm down. And we'll come back and ream all these bushings. Alright, that's it for now.